Hi, I'm Yegi. I'm an entrepreneur and success coach who wants it all. Family, luxury, career, and the freedom to do whatever I want, whenever I want. And I'll do whatever it takes to get there. I created the Yegi Project to document my journey and inspire others to do the same. My mission is to change the world by influencing and leading others to do what they love and live fulfilled lives.
Hello. Welcome back to the Yegi Project. Today's episode is about fear. So what is fear? Why do we feel it? And how do we overcome it? Now, the first thing that I love that I know is that we are not 100% in control. And I know that may sound weird, but it gives me so much peace. A lot of times when we lose control, that's a sign for us to also get anxiety or feel fear because we don't know what to expect. That's just part of human nature. But if you think of it this way, I think it will give you peace just like how it gives me peace. I genuinely believe that everything happens for a reason. And for this reason, I believe that I am not 100% in control. And once we accept the fact that we are not 100% in control, then it almost makes everything better. And if we can think of it and really accept the fact that everything happens for a reason, even the bad things, then we would look at every situation in a more positive way. A good example is, let's say we get a flat tire on our way to work, or there's traffic that's delaying us from getting to work on time. Now, this may be very stressful. You may get anxiety as you're driving, or now you're delayed, you're late for this very important meeting, and everything can feel like it's, why me? Why is this happening? This is the worst thing. Or you can think of it as, hey, maybe this flat tire is preventing me from getting in a huge accident down the road. So here's a scenario. This is actually what happened to me. A long time ago, I was looking forward to getting this big promotion at the company that I was working for. Long story short, I was denied that opportunity, and it really pissed me off that I didn't get that promotion. But this led me to wanting to do my own thing. And this is how my company was formed. I was so upset that they didn't believe in me, that I could lead a whole team, where I was like, hey, I'm going to open up my own business and hire my own employees and lead those people. And literally almost 10 years later, everything turned out amazing. And I knew this was what was meant to be. Looking back, it's always nice to connect those dots and we see why things happen the way they do. But we can choose to proactively live this way. It will eliminate fear if we just genuinely believe that everything is as is, and let's just worry about being in the present, right? In meditation, in a lot of like yoga, mindfulness, this is what we're taught and this is what we learn. Be in the present. Everything is as it is and just accept it. It's neither good or bad. We will just see how things play out. Don't worry about the past and don't worry about the future. Just live in the moment and do what you can do. But our bottom line, our goal is to just be happy with everything as is and take those negative emotions out. Accept that whatever is happening for you, and it is not bad. It definitely is not bad. It may not seem so great at the moment, but you will see along the way why it is the way it is. Just take the course of action that you can today, given everything. So, jumping back into fear, and why do we want to figure out some tools of how to handle fear? Because I think a lot of times fear holds us back from being who we're meant to be or from being who we want to be. So one tool that you can use to try to get in the bottom of things, to see why you even have so much fear or anxiety around a certain topic, is you want to ask yourself the question why 5 times. So whatever the situation is, let's say I'm afraid of X and you can fill that in. I want to ask myself, why am I afraid of this? And then my next answer is going to be the next question I ask, why to? And I do this 5 times until I really get to the bottom or to the core of my actual problem. And just even knowing that is going to give you so much clarity on why you have fear towards an area or object or situation, then it will help you solve it better. A lot of times when things seem good, or even in just any situation, people are afraid that something bad is going to happen. First of all, if we're putting that energy out there, sure enough, we're going to attract something bad, or we're going to see the bad thing that happens instead of all the other good things that's surrounding us. But this could happen for many reasons. One main reason is that we're just conditioned that way to see that and see the bad. And we always think something bad happens to us instead of seeing that, hey, maybe this thing that may seem bad is actually good, because then we see the bright side to things. We reframe that thinking of why this thing is bad. And again, that example with me not getting offered that promotion, it seemed very bad, but if I rephrase it and relook at it, hey, that opened up opportunity for me to start my own business. Another reason why we may always be afraid or have fear is because of our past experiences of things happening to us. And I don't know why, but sometimes they do, right? And the reason, but I know that there is a way to kind of work on that. So if you always feel like something bad is happening to you, we need to change that scenario and first of all start telling yourself, no, good things are happening to me. Nothing bad's gonna happen when I'm happy and everything is working out my way. I'm not afraid that something bad's gonna happen. You literally start to change your thinking and first of all tell yourself that. And then slowly, with baby step, with small courses of action, you try to see the good that is happening. So, and I think that also helps with you going out of your comfort zone and trying new things and starting very small. So if you're super afraid of heights, don't go bungee jumping or fly out of a plane and skydive at first, right? Try to go and climb many flights of stairs and see some beautiful views. Go to sky decks. Start small, or as small as you need to be, right? It's also, I don't know the exact term for it. Hold on, I do have it written down. Exposure therapy. So that's the right word. So we do want to do this starting small. As I said, it is part of exposure therapy. So it is a thing. If you slowly start small and face your fears, you will also build confidence that, hey, this is not that bad, and condition yourself slowly to get over that fear. Another way we can reframe or retrain our expectations to not always accept or have fear or expect something bad that's going to happen is by meditation and affirmations, right? We hear this a lot these days, affirmations, but you want to do it mindfully. You want to always tell yourself. So literally, I remember doing this as a teenager and I had no idea what I was doing, but I didn't want to look bad in front of my friends or a guy that I liked. At Six Flags, I kept on telling myself, oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, for a certain scary roller coaster that had like 8 loops, right? But I kept on telling myself, it's not that bad. I got this. It's not that bad. And literally it worked. When I was physically on the roller coaster, it wasn't that bad. I wasn't that afraid. But just my reaction, what I thought that how bad it's going to be, how scary it's going to be, really made me afraid. But me, by just pretty much talking to myself and saying, it's not going to be bad, it's not going to be that bad, it's not. It is a way to recondition yourself, and it is a way to kind of get out of your head and think, and don't think the worst case scenario. And when you actually do fear that thing that you're afraid of, most of the time it's not that bad if you are open to it. And I'll give a good example that's not me, because I'm a person who will go for it. Along the years, I've come to just go for things because I've tried things little at a time, and eventually you become that person where it's like, hey, it's not that bad. It's not going to be that bad. You build the confidence to face new things. But this is how we all start, you know. In the beginning, it feels scary, feels hard, and if you're more afraid. But as you approach things and as you do more things that you usually don't do, and a good practice could be, let's say once a month, you're going to do something that you've never done before. As you get more exposed to more different things, you're not going to be as afraid of new things or even old things that scared you, right? Anyways, I kind of went all over the place, but let me tie it back to the roller coaster example, right? My husband, he doesn't like roller coasters. He doesn't like rides. He doesn't like heights or speed. But recently, maybe a few months ago, we were at Hurricane Harbor, which is a water park, most of you might know, and there was I guess, a semi-scary ride. But we didn't know what to expect, and we didn't know the ride. We didn't check it out, and I told him, look, you're not going to think about it at all. We're just going to get in line and go for it. Don't look at it. Don't do anything. Sometimes if you don't know and you just go for it, it's way less scary. And he was totally afraid, but I kind of made him. I said, you're going to step out of your comfort zone. And literally on the ride, he was so tense when we first got on it. But once it happened, he was like, oh yeah, it wasn't that bad. But he would have never ever went on that ride unless I had forced him to get out of his comfort zone. So if you need to get a friend or anybody to push you, if you don't have anybody to push you to get out of your comfort zone, you definitely can get a coach, hire a coach. I think it's amazing for them to encourage you and help you face your fears. But yes, a lot of times things aren't as bad as we think once we go for it. And you could start small to face your fears. So this one technique is actually brand new to me, to my even conversations, because I didn't know that this could be such a big deal, right? And this thing is actually our physical fitness. So we always think about our mental fitness and how strong we are in order to handle situations like stress better. And we think of stress as almost like a mental thing. Like, I'm so stressed because I have so much to do at work. I'm so stressed because my kid is sick, or whatever example it is. We tend to think of stress as something more mental, but I had forgotten that stress is actually also very, very physical. So once or when we are feeling stressed, our whole body chemistry, everything changes. But if we are to pretty much keep our bodies at a prime, so be fit, eat good food, get good sleep, those are the main three obvious things that a lot of us do not do, then we are going to be better at stressful situations. We are going to bounce back way faster if our body or our mind is at any stressful situation, even a simple thing like a cold. Yeah, so that's kind of like, hello. It's a good reminder for us to take care of our bodies physically and put good food in our system and get good sleep, right? Because that could be number one thing that could be easy for some people to do. It may be hard for some people to do, but it could be the number one way of being physically ready to not put your body at so much stress when you're facing fear. So no matter what type of fear it is, if it is a physical fear like heights or roller coasters, or if it is a mental fear like doing something brand new or applying for a brand new job, if you are physically more fit and more healthy and you're good rested, then you're going to be handling that fear and that situation way better. So keep these in mind if you want to face fear. Really go within. This podcast is all about working on ourselves and our businesses to be better all around and be happy and successful. So hopefully this is a good episode to get you guys on the right track, because remember, we need to be who we need to be in order to get to where we want to get, especially if we want to be successful in all the areas of our lives. And that's all I'm about, and that's all I want all of you to be about. I want you to be happy in every single one of the areas of your life. That's the goal, right? Well, the last thing I will talk about is fear of failure. First of all, everybody fails. Everybody fails all the time at so many things. So don't even think about that. It may be easier said than done, but you just have to be aware. I think that's the best advice I could give about being afraid of failure. You just have to be aware that failure is okay and it's part of life. Everybody fails. We all fail every single day. At little things, at big things. And if everybody does it, then somehow we're all at more peace at it. So first, I want to share that information with you and help you be more aware that failure is not a big deal. At times in the past, maybe in our families, there was all these expectations that we all need to be successful, and that successful might have looked in a very specific way based on what was in your head, in your vision, in what other people told you that success was. But first, failure, right? We need to fail so many times to get to the success. And that success needs to be the success that is right for you personally, not what other people want you to be, not what other people think success looks like. Success can look very simple, and that is totally okay. Remember, our end goal is to genuinely be at peace and be happy in life, not have X amount of money, not have X amount of material things. It could be what it means to you. It doesn't need to be what's materialized or advertised to the world of what success is. So sit down, think deep. That could be a whole other episode, and I've talked about it before in other podcasts, but I think that is a big part of fear, the fear of failure. And what we could do to avoid that is first take those expectations out. There's no one way there of living or being successful, and that definition of success to you needs to be reasonable of what you really, really want and what you can have. And do not think small. You can think big if that's what you genuinely think is what you really want. But really pay attention to make sure that you're not having these unexpected goals and dreams and ideas of success based on what's been told to you or what's been advertised on social media and TV and all this crazy thing. Well, until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and go out, be fearless, be unstoppable. I am here to support you. Make sure you're part of our community. Email, message, follow us on social media. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments. But until next time, bye.
Thank you for listening. Please rate and review this podcast. Follow and engage with us on social media under the Yegi Project. And if you're interested in being a guest, email info@theyegiproject.com. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future episodes.